Hi everybody, this is Cindy with Cindy's Creations. Let's make our own wreath form here. All I took is some metal bracelets that, the little dangle bracelets. I've got 4 of them here. 2 of them have little rough edges. I wouldn't say rough, they just have an edge that you can maybe, if you put something in there, it's going to stay. The other 2 are just plain ones. So I've already started it, and I'm just wrapping this neat kind of it's floral. It's just got leaves on it, but it's a wired leaf that I have here. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby, I'm not sure, but you can probably find them anywhere. Between these 2, I made a little hanger for it, which is just out of some brown ribbon, thin ribbon, and I'm going to stick it in there so we can do this and wrap it in there for our little hanger. So I just want to let you know what I'm doing with that. And all I did with this, because I started it, we're just going to keep wrapping it around inside here to continue the whole thing. Now these leaves do tend to come off. So you should see my floor, but it's okay. We're just going to keep going around and around, and we're going to finish this up. So I just want to give you some information of what I'm doing. Like I said, I did start it earlier because it was a little tough for me to get it started. Just took a little time to figure out where I wanted it and how it should go. So anyway, we're just going to go around and make a little cute little wreath, and I'm going to show you what we're going to hang it on. And I'm contemplating on putting on a rub-on transfer on it also, just to kind of give a decoration for where I'm putting it at. So we're just going to keep going around and around, and I think it's going to look just fine. Just for a faux wreath. And you could take this off of what I'm putting it on and hang it on your tree. You could put it on a present, a gift bag, or anything like that that you want to do. So we're just going to continue pulling this through. I didn't want to take up all your time by just doing the wreath, so I wanted to get it started for you. I hope you're having an excellent day, and I hope I can inspire you today to make your own wreath. I think it's gonna be beautiful. I can't sing, so that's my saying. It's gonna be beautiful, and I hope I am inspiring you. Like I said, just keep going around and around with it to make your own wreath. And I'm just kind of keeping it close, but I also have some extra little greenery I thought we could put on just to add to a little bit to it and get a little bit dimension on here. But you can embellish it with anything that you want to. If you have beads, if you have anything like that, I just want to make sure that that stays up there on here. It's a good way to attach it without using glue. That way, if you take this apart and you wanted to use it on something else, you can do that. It does get a little tangly, but it'll come apart. It'll come apart. So let's keep going here so I can get this finished for you. I made my own little knob to put on the base that I'm using. I made it myself out of just a wooden spool. You could use a knob, like a drawer pull knob if you want to make it bigger. But what I'm putting it on, I don't have my fan on. It's getting warm in here. But if you have a decorative knob or anything, you could use those. I do have some. I just don't know exactly where they're at. So I'm just going to, I made my own today. We're just going to keep going around and getting this all in. If I have extra, I'm just going to keep wrapping it just to kind of fill it in and make sure it's really full. These would make cute wreaths for your Christmas tree if you have a Christmas tree. This would be cute to put on there. Like I said, I'm going to squish it together and just keep wrapping it around. It really doesn't take a whole lot of time because I want it to be kind of full so you can see how it looks. I may not use this whole thing. I may have to just cut it off, but I think we want to make it full. So let me move it up a little bit and hope you can see what I'm doing. If you have any questions on how I'm doing this or what I used, leave me a comment, and I will be happy to get back to you on that question. If you're not following me, please do so. So here we go. I'm going to go one more time because I see some extra areas on here, some empty places. I'm just going to kind of weave it in there and go around to the bottom. And again, these are just bracelets that I had. They're, you know, like costume jewelry bracelets. And you just get them in, put them in here. So here we go. We're going. I may go ahead and go over to here. This is kind of over there a little bit less. And I'll just kind of weave this in here. And over to this one side. Like I said, I'm just weaving it in and out. Because there's one side over here, looks like it's a little less. It isn't, but sometimes these leaves get packed down in there. Here we go. There's our little, okay, let me go ahead and go around and weave this little part in here. I do have my hot glue tool on if I need to use that, but I'm going to try to get it kind of in between these and push it around. And then we can move these out. So here's your wreath. Isn't that kind of cute? Now you had red berries you could put on here too if you want to. I don't have any at the moment. So what I'm going to use is just some of these little greenery pieces that I have, and we're just going to kind of push them in and glue it just to give it a little bit more dimension, or just a little bit more zhuzh it up a little, I think they say. Let's find a place to stick that in. So we're just going to put them in there like that. I think that's not going to be okay. I don't like the way that looks. So let me go ahead and cut some of that off, and we're going to do it another way. Okay. There we go. That's a little better. I know it's kind of sticking up. Maybe it should be shorter. And I'm going to do that. You know, it's crafting, and you just do what you think is going to work right? We're going to make it small so I can just glue it in there. I mean, I want them in there, but I don't want them to stand up really out of here. There we go. That's a little better how it's in there. So let's get these prepared and do a few more just around here. Now it's sticking to my scissors. We don't need a whole lot. I just think it adds to it a little bit of different color to it, so it's not just plain. But if you have beads or little things like that, you can add to it. And we'll just add a few more decorations to it and make it go around. I think it's going to look fine. And I'm going to be quiet for a second. I don't want to burn my fingers. But we're just going to find a place to add these in here. Okay, so I got one down there. So now we're just adding these on here, and I think it's going to be good. It doesn't take too long to do these. If you have a grapevine wreath, a small one, you can also use something like that to decorate it up with. But this is what I have, so this is what I'm using. Like I said, I try to use what I have at my home rather than to just go out and buy a lot of stuff. Just use what you have and work it in your craft. I think that's a very good idea. So I just wanted to add a few in there. If you want more color, you can get some beads and do that. I'm just giving you an idea of what I would do or what I have to work with, and that's what I'm doing. So here's our wreath. I mean, I think it's pretty. It's kind of green, which is fine, but if you had other things that you want to add to it, you can. I've got more of this brown ribbon. I've got some white ribbon that we could add a bow up here at the top, which would kind of look pretty cool. So let's go ahead and do a little bow. I just make them like everybody else does, just a little finger bow. And we can just add it to the top just to give it a little something. You know how you do your bows. I'm sure you all know how to do bows. But we don't want a big one. So let's try to... It is getting very warm here in my craft room. Okay, so we just have a little bow. I mean, it's going to be fine just to put it up there and let them hang down. If you have a bell or if you have, you know, anything like that, or like a jewel or something like that, you can also add that into there and add it to your bow. I'm just giving you an idea. What I'm doing, like I said, if you have something else you want to do, you can do that. But here we go. We just have a little bow on there, which I think is cool. Now what I'm going to put it on is a piece of wood. It stands up by itself. I don't know where I got these from. It already came white. It already came like that. So what I'm going to do is figure out, I have a little spool. It's a little spool, and we're going to put that on here to be able to hang our wreath on. I think that'd be cool looking. So let's see where we need to put it. Let's hang our wreath. Put it in our wreath and hang it. I also have a little, well, it's a essential stencil of a cardinal that I thought would look pretty cool on here. So let's get some glue, and I think this hot glue will work. If not, I will change that out to, again, something else that'll work. So let's make sure I have this kind of in the center. So that's going to be my little hook to hang my wreath on. And it's already on there. And this wreath is not heavy, so you can just hang it on there like that. Maybe I should have went up a little higher. I think we need to move it. So let me get my dryer out here, and we're going to move it up just a little bit. I think it needs to go up a little higher. And that should take it off. This heat tool will take this off. Yep. There we go. So it does work. Let me get the glue off of here. There we go. See, hot glue, you can take it off. So that's one thing to keep in mind if you're using hot glue. Yeah, let's move it up. Sometimes you don't know where to put it, but you can guesstimate. That's what I usually do. I don't always measure. So we moved it up to the top more. Then if you want to hang something else on here, you could take that off, make you something else to hang on here. I think that would be cool. That looks a lot better being up higher. So we have our wreath with this little bit of greenery in there, as you can see, and a white bow. If you want it more, you know, zhuzhed up with something else, like flowers or something else, you could do that. I'll put a little bit more glue and hold that in here. And I have something else that I'm going to show you. I don't know if I'm going to do it or not, but we'll see what it's going to look like. We may not just need it. I just thought we could make this a little better. If I can find it. I have a cardinal, which I think is pretty. But see, that's going to hide it. So maybe we don't want to do that. I'm trying to see where we can put this on here. That's going to hide it. So maybe we just cut the cardinal out and put it up here. I'm going to cut it a little bit more. Because we can always take this and put it somewhere else on here. But if we put the cardinal on here, I think that'd be cute. If not, we'll just leave it, and you can put anything else on here. You can also take this and move it down some just to give it a little bit more pretty. But I think I'm going to leave it for right now. I'm just here to show you what you can do to make your own wreaths and your own pieces to, I'm going to cut this down here. Make your own wreaths. But it can go right there if we want to. Just an idea, ladies. So if you have any questions, or if you think I should put the cardinal on here, I will do that. Otherwise, have a blessed day. Thank you so much for watching my tutorials. Like and follow, and if you have any questions or comments about my craft today, please leave me a comment and let me know what I could do better, or what you think, you know, what would you do to finish this off. Have a blessed day. Thank you for watching. This is Cindy with Create with Cindy's Creations. Bye-bye.